You know, you guys can go ahead and ready.
You're live.
What's up?
Hey, Nolan, I guess just kind of what were you seeing today? What were you seeing today, and how good was it to bounce back against those guys who got you the last 2 days?
It was awesome. I mean, obviously last night we had a little bit of bad mojo, but it's good to just show how competitive we are and be able to bounce back the next day as good as we did. Great outing by Bryce to just kind of fire us up from the start.
What has this? We haven't got to talk to you this year, I don't believe. What has this year been like for you? It's obviously something you've done your whole life, playing both sports, but what has it kind of been like getting back into the swing of things and obviously playing it at a whole new level?
It's been awesome. It's actually been pretty easy, luckily, because of both coaching staffs being so good. Just like super understanding with my time management, how everything has to be. So I can't thank Josh and Coach Gundy enough.
How different, obviously completely different sports, but how different is the preparation aspect and just kind of the team atmospheres of both teams, or is it kind of similar?
The team aspect is kind of similar of both, but I mean, obviously football, you got a whole week leading up to each game, and then baseball, every other day pretty much. You got a quick turnaround. So that side of things, it's easier to just kind of shake off losses in baseball and then football because you don't have to dread on it for the rest of the week and bounce back.
I believe you sent out a tweet after the MLB draft. It seemed like there was a chance that you might not even make it to Stillwater, might be going straight to the pros. Kind of, what was it like? Obviously the draft was shortened. What was that kind of process like for you, and then ending up coming to Oklahoma State?
Right. So, I mean, I knew I wanted to play both sports. So, just the thought of like even being in the question of playing in the MLB has obviously like been a big dream of mine. But at the end of the day, getting my education and getting to play two sports was probably the highest on my list out of anything.
And the last thing for me, how big can this series be for you guys as far as like a learning tool moving forward into Big 12 play?
Right. I mean, they're former national champions. So, I mean, just kind of know what we have to improve on. When we play good teams, it shows us what we need to work on and how we can get better.
Thanks, Nolan.
Nolan, you mentioned a little bit of bad mojo coming into this game. How bad was the mojo? And, how did y'all, last night kind of handle that?
Yeah. So, I mean, baseball has a funny thing or a funny way of doing things sometimes. They couldn't miss a barrel last night. And, I mean, their pitcher did great, both of them. So, I mean, sometimes you just got to tip your cap and move on to the next day. Baseball is one of them things, things can change so quick. So, I mean, you can't dread on one game too long or one at bat or whatever it may be. You just best players have the shortest memories and the best teams do too. So, mainly just kind of just shucking it off and getting to the next one.
So was there any talk or today, did anyone even mention what happened yesterday, or was it just 100% new day?
A little bit. I mean, last night obviously we're all kind of upset. We're not. The game wasn't as bad as what the score showed, obviously, but we knew we're much better than what we played and how we competed. So our main goal today was just come out and compete our butts off, and the results, whatever they may be, just as long as we did what we could.
And it started in that second inning. I know you had the double there. Take me through what that second inning did for this team and kind of the mental part of that.
Right. I mean, it all started with Bryce on the mound, just kind of shoving it from the beginning. That's always a good momentum changer or starter, especially for the plate. When you come back into the dugout all hyped up because your pitcher just had a great outing so far, and it's a lot easier to swing the bat whenever the other side knows we got to go back out and face that guy. So kudos to Bryce on that for making our job a lot easier, just knowing it relieves all the pressure whenever a guy's pitching like he is.
And lastly, did you learn anything about, the makeup of this team or, about any of the guys in this team with the way the team bounced back today?
We're a lot more competitive than what a lot of people might think. Not many teams can do what we did with bouncing back like that after getting beat like we did. So I'm super proud of our team and our guys just competing and just sticking with each other. I mean, it's easy to point fingers and stuff like that after a big loss, but the way we bounce back is big time.
Yeah, thanks, Nolan.
You bet.
Anything else for Nolan? All right, thanks, sir.
You bet.
You guys there?
Colin, do you know if I leave it or just sit it here?
Bryce, Nolan just told us it all started with you. That big second inning was kind of because everyone came in hyped up about your performance today on the mound. What were you feeling out there, Bryce? I think you're on mute.
There it is. Found it. All right. I felt really good today. It helped a lot to have some early run support. Boost my confidence a ton. And I just felt locked in on the mound, so it was a pretty good day.
And I'm wondering, did you learn anything about just the makeup of this team or the guys in that locker room? Did you learn anything about the team from this performance today?
I would say absolutely. After coming out and getting our teeth kicked in yesterday, and then we bounce back today and come back and get a win against a really good team. That's huge. It's a big upside of the team. We're not gonna back down. We're fighters, and this is what we do. So it was a big day for the Cowboys.
No, yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you think of Nolan's performance? Obviously, at the plate today, he had a pretty big day.
I cannot tell you how happy it makes me for Nolan to have a good day. Every time the kid puts the bat on the ball, it's rocketed somewhere, and I love seeing it go over the fence. And like I said, the better our hitters do, the more motivation I've got when I go out there. So we just kind of build off of each other, and we end up pretty successful.
You're not much older than he is, but a lot of the guys that we've talked to about him have talked about how mature he is for his age. Just kind of what have you seen in that aspect of his game?
He's definitely a man among the men out here. You know what I mean? He definitely stands out. He's super mature for his age, and it's going to keep working out for him. I'm super proud of him.
Appreciate it, Bryce.
Yep.
Hey, Bryce, what was working for you today on the mound?
I would say I had pretty good command of the fastball down and away today, and then I could back it up with the slider in the same spot, and the little combo overlay was working pretty well today.
I mean, how enjoyable is it to pitch on a day like this? I mean, it's sunny and warm for once.
It's tough to beat it, honestly. I mean, it's great not to have to wear sleeves today and to come out and just enjoy the day as we go. So it was a really nice day. It was a lot of fun.
All right. Thanks, Bryce.
Yes, sir.
Any more questions for Bryce?
Yeah, Bryce, I got one. I know Coach Corbin and Coach Holliday are pretty good friends. How much did you guys want to go out there and get one for him today?
Honestly, probably more so because we got beat so bad yesterday. I think that was more motivation than Josh and Corbin being buddies. But it is it's a plus. Every time everybody's got friends on different teams, and we know who we're playing all the time. So when you do get back at them, it's a lot of fun.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Bryce.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Josh is here, so you guys can fire away.
Coach, what you think about the game today?
I was very, very pleased with the way that we came out today and bounced back after a long day of baseball yesterday, where, two totally different games, one hard-fought loss and then another one, a kind of a little bit of a blowout loss that definitely can get you. And I was very proud of the way we responded today. We turned the page on yesterday, and there was probably no bigger starting point for today's game than the way Bryce pitched, which was excellent, and the way we created offense early in the game with 6 runs, followed by 2 more. And then we had to kind of hold on a little bit. They came running back at us, which a day like today and a team like that, you knew they probably would. So in the end, Bryce was excellent. Bullpen did their job. We scored frequently and often. And we had a great team win, a great response as a team to yesterday.
Now, Nolan, he told us that he learned that the guys on this team are more competitive than anything else, than anyone could have ever thought they are. Did you learn anything about your team from the way they bounced back today?
Yeah, I did. I learned a lot. I learned that when they woke up this morning, they were ready to compete, and they didn't come out here and hope things would go our way. They came out here and did something about it, and it's a strong statement by the team. There's some toughness and some pride that showed up. I think kids like Brock Mathis and Max Hewitt in particular really stand out for me, the way they competed all weekend. We got good contributions. Jackson Cole and Noah Seifert, the last 2 games, contributed. Cade played well. Big home run by Alex Garcia. And then obviously Nolan had quite a day, 3 for 4 with a couple of home runs. So we got a lot of guys that showed up to play today, and it took all of it too.
No doubt about it. Appreciate it, Coach.
You're welcome, Ben.
Yeah, Josh.
Hey, Coach. So I got a quick question. There's the new baseball crowds in the outfield and the student section. If you could just kind of talk about that unique environment and the energy that the students bring in the outfield.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool from the dugout. Mainly those first 3 sections in right field from the visitors' bullpen headed north. They always seem to be pretty consistent and pretty engaged in what's going on, and it's awesome. Our players love it. I love it. Obviously, it seems like the students are enjoying it too. So what a cool new tradition for our ballpark. What an honor for our players to have the fellow student body out here rooting for them. That's just it's one of the things we wanted to be part of this new facility, and I feel like we've got a place now that the students really look forward to coming and socializing and rooting for their school and having some fun. So right on. We want to keep that going.
Yeah, Josh, how big can this series be for you guys in terms of you now know what the elite programs look like, and you know that you can compete with them? How big can this be for you guys as you continue the season?
Yeah, Marshall, I mean, it was an important series for sure. I think important because it continues to elevate the level in which you have to execute your pitches, your swings, your defense when you face athletes of this caliber, and in particular pitchers of this caliber. There's very little room for error, and you've got to be on point. And we got exposed a little bit in ways that I knew were possible because Kumar Rocker is not the top-rated pitcher for no reason, and Jack Leiter is not the second highest-rated pitcher for no reason either. So those 2 guys showed us some things that we're going to have to be able to handle because across the Big 12, there are others that possess similar talents that we'll need to handle, better than we handled those 2 yesterday. I think their offense was really good, probably the most plate discipline we've seen from anybody. They really don't swing out of the strike zone much. They're fast as a team. They're dynamic. They've got righties and lefties, and they've got size and strength. So they have a lot of things that are very difficult to pitch to and stop. So it just exposed us to a lot of good baseball, and I think it's super value to us, and we'll have to be on point because if you glance ahead, I think the week ahead of us, we see a trip to Texas with 4 games, and 3 of them are at Lubbock, and we know that Texas Tech's outstanding. So getting us ready for what lies ahead.
And everybody that we ask about Nolan talks about how mature he is for his age. How unusual is it that against that kind of competition, he can go have a day like that?
Well, he is very mature, and he's very low maintenance. He really takes care of himself, and he's very low maintenance. I mean, whether it's school, which he's always on top of, or taking care of himself, which he does a great job of, or managing his personal time as a 2-sport athlete. He just really seems to be enjoying what he's doing, but embracing the sacrifices and the kind of the discipline it takes to do these things. So he's just a very mature kid. You see it in his actions, manages his emotions very well, which I really like about him. Seems to keep himself very even keel. And yet at the same time, he's fierce. He competes really good. So yeah, he's a special kid. And he's physically gifted to go along with that.
Thanks, Josh.
You're welcome.
Hey, Coach, I saw it was reported that you guys moved, Matt out to first base coach today. And Robin back in the dugout. What does that change, and does it help the dynamic, or does it change much?
Well, actually, Robin had to fly back to California to attend a funeral, so we were man short today, and we always kind of flip those guys back and forth. They kind of come up with their little rotation they use based on whether we're scoring runs or not. But they both have a great vibe. They're really good with the kids. So whether it's Matt or Robin in the dugout, they're very calming presences. Both of them are. They have a very I don't know how you say it. They have a great view on things. So whoever's in there, whoever's at first base, we've got two good sets of eyes.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey, Coach. I know I'm excited to take a trip to the ballpark that hosted the World Series on Tuesday. Kind of after you get over, the emotional high of this game and everything that came with it. What are you looking forward to in that series, or in that game, I should say, against UL Lafayette and playing in that ballpark?
Well, the ballpark looks beautiful on TV, and they've hosted a lot of college games already this year. So it seems like a thing that's gone quite well for college teams to get a chance to play in such a neat facility. And then, for us, it's the next step on our journey through the season. And it's an opportunity to get some guys to the mound and keep developing on the depth of our pitching staff. And then it shoots us over to Lubbock and keeps us in rhythm and keeps us developing as a team. So, we're excited to go as well. I think probably the thing that the kids will get the biggest kick out of is not many opportunities in life to play in a major league stadium, and this will be one of them. So, it should be fun.
Thanks, Josh.
You're welcome, Ben. You guys good? Thank you.